welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you the Prodigy Apex XL backpack for disc golf. So I got a really good one today. I have been using this bag for the last 2 weeks. If you want to see my unboxing video, just click on one of the cards that's floating around somewhere and you can see one of those videos. There's a lot to say about this bag. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of overview, and then we're going to go over the bag, and then we're going to fill it up, and then we're going to, once we do that, we're going to start comparing it to other bags in a similar lineup in a similar price point. This bag retails right now on sale for $199.99 at Prodigy's website. It is also, I believe the sale's still going on right now. If you go to Gotta Go, Gotta Throw, I believe it's still 40% off. I know when I did the unboxing, those were the sales, those were the deals. I will have an updated video later on if you guys want to check that out of other bags. All right, back to the bag. So this bag is the top of the line backpack in Prodigy's lineup. It is a 500D Cordura nylon material on top, which is the red portion. And then you have a 1000D Cordura nylon on the bottom, which is the black portion. It does come in a different array of colors. It does, some of the bags have a gray plus a navy bottom. So gray on top, navy on the bottom. And then some of them have a, I believe, a green and black, or green and navy, I can't remember. But there's also a electric blue color, or an ice blue, with a navy on the bottom. So those look pretty sweet in person. I just went with the red color. This is a darker shade of red than what I normally typically like. I didn't realize how it was a darker shade till I got it. So keep that in mind. It's not just your typical brighter red material. So yeah, I want to do the review of this bag. I have used it for the last 2 weeks, and I have a lot to say about it. So let's go ahead and dive into it, and then we're going to get to the nitty-gritty part of this bag starting right now. All right, we have the close-up of the bag now. So this bag, it looks very similar to a particular favorite bag of mine. But I'm going to do a video to talk about that another time. So starting from the top, we have a haul loop at the top right here. It is basically a strap that's folded twice onto itself and then sewn down and stitched down so that you can get this nice haul strap at the top right here. A lot of manufacturers doing it this way now because it's very functional and you can reuse some of the materials that's in your facility at your disposal. Moving down from there, we have the putter pocket at the top here. This putter pocket has the 500D Cordura on top, and then you have the nylon material in the middle, inside of it. And then on the inside, under the flap, there is a pocket with the Velcro that you can actually open up and just put something small in here. Interesting thing about this bag, I don't really know the purpose of this little thing besides aesthetics, because it doesn't really do anything. It's just extra material at the top here, and it's actually sewn down. It's sewn into the black liner here, or sewn into itself. So you really don't have any kind of extra space at the top here. Other baggie manufacturers will do this to kind of have extra space when you put the putter down and when you put this down to zip it up. And this kind of bulges up because it's the extra fabric that kind of lifts up a little bit. This is not one of those situations. It's just there for aesthetics, but it doesn't really have any function, so keep that in mind. The zippers, I wanted to let you know that they are YKK zippers. In my unboxing, I could not see the YKK logo, but the YKK logo is on each individual zipper. The zipper pulls themselves have a little bit of a nice string on it that's folded, and it's got a little bit of accent. It also has this little plastic piece with the Prodigy logo that's embossed into each piece, so that is a very nice touch. The zippers, my understanding, are waterproof according to their website. However, I don't think they're waterproof. I actually think they're more water resistant, but it doesn't really matter because most of us will probably put an umbrella or rain fly on this bag anyways. Moving on from there, we have the putter pocket. Open it up. This putter pocket looks really big. It actually kind of looks asymmetrical because of the plastic piece that's in here that I didn't put in properly, but if you put it properly, it will look more symmetrical. And then with this plastic piece that's in here, you actually kind of lose space. If you take the plastic piece out, and if you see my unboxing, it's basically white plastic piece that goes across right here that you have to install yourself. If you take that plastic piece out, honestly, it gives it more room in this putter pocket, but I left it in here for demonstration purposes. Behind there is a pocket right here with a Velcro, and this little pocket right here is for you to feed this in, because there's a Velcro right here, and you're going to feed that in, and it's going to attach to that Velcro and hold it in place, and that way it's out of the way when you're using the pocket to take your discs in and out. Behind that, there is another zipper right here, and this zipper right here, if you just unzip it, it will open up to another pocket, and this pocket is actually for your water bladder. So it actually has another function, and it does go down pretty far. I believe you could probably put a 2-liter water bladder in here, and it has a little hook right here, and this little loop right here is to hook your water bladder to it. And then you can actually feed that tube out at the top and then into this little elastic strap on the shoulder strap to help hold the straw in place. Let me go ahead and zip that back up. And that way we can go ahead and do this just like that. Moving down from there, we have the Prodigy logo right here. It is a Velcro piece. You can actually take it off and you can actually order a Velcro, a customized Velcro piece about this size that will go right on here, such as your name or anything fancy that you want it to say. Moving down from there, this main flap right here, you can actually open this up, double zipper pulls here, and that opens up to a black liner with a Velcro piece. This Velcro piece will attach to a Velcro piece on the underside of the putter pocket, just like so, and it holds it in place for you to get your discs in and out. The flap itself does have this little piece of fabric right here. This is to put your mini in, and it does function well. If your mini's a little big though, it will not fit in here, so just keep that in mind. So the inside the main compartment right here is just one big cavernous piece. You have the black liner on the side here, and then you just have this black piece right here in the back. That is where the water bladder will sit. And then you just have the 1000D Cordura on the bottom here. There's no hard plastic or anything like that. And then you have the 500D red material in the back right here. Moving down from there, we have the 1000D Cordura right here. And then it's a soft bottom. There's nothing in the bottom. It is a little muddy because I've been using it. It's got a bunch of burrs that I just took off. And then it's got leaves all over the back here. But yeah, so this is a pretty tough material at the bottom right here. And it is not water resistant. It does not have a coating on it. So just keep that in mind. But I feel like it dries out pretty well. It dries overnight. So that's the front of the pocket, front of the bag. Moving to the side, the first part of the side is that these pockets right here, these long pockets, they're actually very narrow, as you can see here. You can see by the size of them, they're very narrow, okay? Pretty narrow. So just keep that in mind. The reason I think that's narrow is because there's another pocket on the outside next to it that goes all the way down as well, and that is to hold your umbrella or your stool. And I think that kind of takes up some of that space, but just do keep in mind that it is pretty narrow. It's got the interior black liner right here. It's got a pocket right here. It goes all the way down the whole length of the bag itself. And then moving on from there, we have this pocket that I just told you right here. This is where the umbrella sits. There is a sleeve right here. You can hear it. Put my finger right through here. There's a sleeve that goes all the way down. That's where you're going to put your umbrella, and it holds it in place very nicely. And then moving on from there, we have another pocket. This pocket does have the accordion fabric right here, so that if you need to put something in that bulges out, it can create a little bit of a space, so that you can put some extra items right there. But you can put your phone can't really fit in here because I've tried to fit my phone in here. It does not fit really well, long way or sideways. So the only place that my phone that actually would fit is actually inside this big long pocket, and then it sits right there, and you can see it sits nice and flush, and you can go ahead and just zip it up like that if you need to. All right, and then moving on from there, so we got that pocket. Moving on from there, we have another pocket. I call this the hull pocket because other manufacturer that I am a big fan of calls it that. It's just an extra pocket. You can fit your discs in here. It's just made of this material, 500D and 1000D. The zipper, it's just one big pocket. You can just kind of put whatever you want in there. So that's this side of the bag. The other side of the bag is slightly different, but not by much. We have the long pocket, just per usual, that runs all the way up and down here. On this side, instead of having one pocket here, you have your pencil holders on this side here, and then you have an elasticated strap right here that you can either put a stool in here, or you can put a retriever in this pocket. It also has the same umbrella pocket that runs all the way up and down like so. Has the same sleeve that's right in here. The same sleeve right here. You're going to feed the umbrella through there, so you can actually choose to have the umbrella on this side or the umbrella on the other side. Moving down from there, we also have the same exact pocket for more storage items. This pocket is a little different from the other side in that it still has the 2 double zippers, but it's insulated. And the insulation is built in to this pocket. You cannot remove the insulation. The insulation pouch itself also does come with a divider right here. That divider right there, it cannot move up and back and forth in the pocket. It actually only has one dedicated stationary permanent place where the Velcro goes. So if you're going to use a divider, it can only sit in one place in this pocket. So what I've been doing is putting my 32 ounce back here, or 40 ounce bottle back here, and then a smaller bottle up front, because it doesn't fit in the front really well unless you squeeze it really hard. So that's the sides of the bag. Moving to the back of the bag here, we have some shoulder straps that are pretty well padded. They're not the thickest ones I've used, and they're not the softest ones I've used. They're kind of stiff, in my opinion. And the foam piece itself feels really stiff. So it's stiff when you first pick it up, and it's very noticeable when you first pick it up that's stiff. But once it's on your back, it's actually pretty comfortable. So that's something to keep in mind. We have these 2 elasticated straps right here. These elasticated bands, I believe, is to hold the water, to feed the water straw from the water bladder out to this loop right here. I also think it's helpful to put this in through as well, because what happens is when I'm on the course and I'm picking this up, there's nothing to hold these straps, so it flaps around like this, and it actually drives me so nuts. It's not even funny. So what I've been doing is just feeding it through here. It helps a little bit. I wouldn't say it helps a lot, but it kind of keeps it like that. But you can still see it's still kind of hanging and dangling everywhere. So I might have to come up with a solution later, but I mean, honestly, you can just get something like a Velcro strap or something and just strap it around, or just roll it up and Velcro strap it down. Moving down there, from there, it does have a very nice sternum strap, and the clasp, it clicks on very sturdy. Like it's not a fragile or like weak clip at all. It's a pretty good size clip. Moving on from there, we have this mesh material again. This is not the thickest one I've seen, but it's functional and it's actually pretty comfortable. Again, it doesn't feel like it's going to be comfortable when you're touching it like this, but once you put it on your body, on your back, it does feel a lot more comfortable than it looks. Right here, the straps are not removable. Some of the other competition does have removable straps. This one does not have a removable strap. It is barn door stitching. What I do notice with this particular strap versus the other straps from other competitors is that the strap itself, the part that attaches to this strap, on this barn door here, it only goes halfway down and it gets stitched down. It does not go the length of the whole entire strap that goes across like this. So what I mean by that is that if you look right here, this strap goes all the way up and down like this, right? It covers this whole height. The strap that's part of this shoulder strap only goes down halfway, and then it gets stitched all together. So this strap, it actually does not go all the way to the bottom and get sewn down. It only goes halfway down on this main strap right here. So I don't know what long-term effect that's going to have, but that's something to keep in mind. So just know that these straps, if they do go, or if they rip for any reason, which I don't see them doing anytime soon, they're not replaceable. And then if this is a weak point, it's probably because it's only stitched halfway down. But I don't know what long-term effects will look like on that. This particular mesh, of all the bags I've used, for some reason it does catch onto leaves and stuff really easily. And I don't know if it's because I'm playing in the fall and it's just really bad, but that's what I noticed with this particular mesh versus the other mesh. And it does feel slightly different from the other competitors' mesh. So yeah, so that's the exterior of the bag. Let's go ahead and fill her up. All right, I've got the bag loaded up, and I got some extra disc here so I can show you how it looks with extra disc on the side in a moment. But the bag is loaded. This is not how I normally walk around on a casual round. I just wanted to show you guys some of the features of this bag that I like, and so I wanted to fill it up so that you guys can see. And then some of the features that I don't like about this bag, okay? So let's start with the features that I do like. I absolutely love this holder right here. The fact that they have a dedicated sleeve, and I know this is very difficult to do because I'm pretty sure if this was a custom bag and done by hand, this is an extra additional cost to do this. But this sleeve right here holds this. Pretend this is an umbrella. Right now I'm using this tool. I don't have an umbrella, but pretend this is an umbrella. This is how it would sit. And it's so solid. One of the legs is fitted into the sleeve. Obviously, if you have an umbrella, the whole entire end of the umbrella will fit in here, or the handle will fit in the umbrella sleeve, and it would be much more sturdy than this, okay? What's nice about this setup is that look how clean this is. You don't have to see this thing sticking out halfway or having a strap go around it. And you have none of that. It's just so nice and clean, and you can still see your pretty bag. The other thing is that you can have this umbrella sit like this and propped open to cover your whole entire bag, and you can just sit it down on the ground. I'm not an umbrella person, but I think if you're an umbrella person, that is a really cool feature on this bag, and I haven't seen that feature in any other bag in the market. So that's the one thing I like. I like the fact they put the features on both sides, so you can choose which side you want. So the other side, I have my retriever right now. So it sits in there, and it sits away from my long sleeve pouches so that I don't get it caught in the zipper. I think that's a nice feature. That's actually a very cool feature that they give that. All right. So those are the things that I like. Some of the things that, let me see what the other things I like here. I do like that this pocket on the putter sits a little higher, so then you can get your discs in and out really nicely. Right now I have it stuffed, but you can see it just comes in and out very nicely. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get to the ends here. The end discs come out very easily compared to other bags I've used, but this is a big bag, you know, it's supposed to do that. Okay, some of the things I don't like about this bag. This pocket right now, I have a 32-ounce bottle in here. I don't like the fact that this is an insulated pouch, and I don't like the fact that the divider is not adjustable, and it limits me to this side of the bag only. What I normally do is when I pick up the bag, I pick it up with my right hand and I put it in like this. And what happens is sometimes my elbow hits this thing, okay? It hasn't much because I've loosened it up, but I like to wear my bag pretty tight and snug on my back. So when I do that, the strap gets so much smaller, and now I'm like fighting with it. It's not so bad, but I would like for this to be on the other side of the bag, because if I'm gonna have my umbrella on this side, then I can have this right here on this side so that I don't deal with this arm hitting it if I was to carry a different bottle. I don't like a bag that's not versatile. What I mean by that is I want to be able to choose the option on a really, really hot day to carry stuff that needs insulation. And then on a really, really cold day like we've been having here in Illinois, I don't need this insulation. I can just carry just normal room temperature water, and I don't need insulation. It's so cold outside that I don't need insulation. So I think this is a waste of material. The other thing I don't like about this pocket is because it's insulated, I have no way of tucking it down like this because it just won't tuck. I can try putting it down like this and then fight with this thing every time to put the bottle in like that. But I wish there was a way, they made a way to tuck this in. If they did it for the putter pouch, I think they could do it for here, make it tuck in. But because it's insulation, it could be hard. So I wish the insulation would be separate so I can choose to use it when I need to and not use it when I don't need to and I get more space. Because right now, let's say I want to carry discs on both hull pockets. I would remove this, but then I have this insulation and I'm going to get it dirty and muddy up in dirt. So I would like the option to move that. The other A thing that I don't like, and I alluded to this earlier, I don't like this excess strap here. I wish they found a way to, I don't know, tuck it or something, or just not make it so long, because I don't think we need this much length of strap to deploy this. So like, for example, normally this sits down like this, right? I like my bags where the straps are deployed. So I lift it up, I yank this down, lift this up, yank this down. Now I have all this excess strap. But if I was to loosen it, look how much straps I still can, like, I don't need all this excess. I can leave it like this. Like, you can just cut like this whole thing off like this. And then lift it up. And I would only have to deal with this much. I can get rid of the rest of this. So that's something I don't like. If they wanted to keep it down, fine, but get me a strap keeper. This doesn't have strap keepers either, but there's other bags in the market that doesn't have it either, so I'm not griping about that. The other thing I don't like about this bag, the fit and finish is just not there. And I get it. I understand why it's on sale for 150 bucks or $200 only. The fit and finish is not there. There are a ton of thread that is just loose everywhere on this bag. And I got thread here, I got thread here, and I got thread coming through, black thread coming through the red stuff here. I just like randomly, I will just find thread that is sticking out and is not trimmed. There are other bag manufacturers that make their stuff overseas that is around this price range, and the fit and finish is better than this. All right, let's go on to the disc capacity. Right now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 discs in the main compartment. You can definitely fit 20 in here. I have a lot of mid-range and fairway drivers in here. There's 4 putters on the top pocket. When I first started using it, it was tight, but now it's nicely loose. Like, there's no problem getting the putters in and out. It works. But like I said, you remove that plastic piece, it should be better, in my opinion. But I think the plastic piece keeps it open, so that it is easier to like get in and out with your disc and access your discs. So I think that's why the plastic piece there. And the mini pocket, I don't know how many times this mini has fallen out from me just picking the bag up and swinging it over my shoulder. This thing would just come flying out because it's so loose. So I wish what they had done is move the mini pocket somewhere else, or make it a little deeper, like down here a little bit, so it sits deeper so that it doesn't fly out of the pocket. Yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mid-range, 1 putter in here, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fairway drivers and 3 distance drivers. So you can definitely fit a ton of bags in the main compartment. This pocket, I just want to show you guys what it looks like, loaded up with discs. And again, I wish this had a way to tuck it in here. Right now this pole's in here, so it might be a little difficult, but there's 2 putters in here. And if I take this out, and you want to just take this out for a practice run, field work, you can definitely fit. There's 3 putters. There's 3 putters. Or if you want to try some discs on the course, these are 4 mid-ranges. And there you go. They fit just fine. So yeah, it definitely can fit. So it's 4 on this side. You can try to fit 4 on this side, but it's got insulation and you can't remove the insulation. So I don't even consider this pocket usable for discs because of what its function is for. So 4, 20, 24 plus 4 is 28. So 28 discs. If you really want to use this pocket for it, you can go ahead and put 4 more in there. That's 32. And then I believe you can actually fit discs in here too. So there you go. 2 more in there. So that's 34 to 36 discs. So yeah, it can hold a lot of discs. Especially right now, consider it's 150 bucks for the material it is. And it is pretty comfortable. And I don't think it's because it's Prodigy. I think it's just the style of bag is what makes it comfortable. The no rails on the bottom, the soft bottom material, and the straps. You know, if you put enough padding on here and you sew it on properly, it's more comfortable than your traditional non-backpack style that's like this. So those are some of the things I like and dislike about the bag. One last thing that I absolutely do not like about this bag, and I don't understand why they did this or didn't do this, is the lack of D-ring. You can see my towel sitting right over here. I do not have a D-ring to hook this towel on. I've known some people have bought this bag and put a D-ring on it, but I shouldn't have to do that. If you're going to charge me $200, if you're going to ask me MSRP $200, there should be at least one D-ring on this bag. That's just my opinion. So what I've been having to do is hook it to one of these zipper poles and then have it hang like this on the side. But the problem is when I zip it up and down like this, the towel's going with me. So, I mean, that's just what I've been dealing with, and I'm okay with it. It works, it functions. So that is the Prodigy Apex XL bag. That is the review. So I talked about capacity. It's a bag that will carry a lot of discs. It can go up to 30 discs, no problem. It's comfortable for what it is. Is it super comfortable compared to other bags I've used in the market? No, absolutely not. It's you have to adjust it and you have to kind of fight with it for it to be a little comfortable, for it to fit you and be comfortable like most bags. But it surprised me in the comfort department because when I first opened it, the bag, and I first touched these straps, I thought it was a little stiff, but it actually is comfortable once you put it on, once you walk on the course with it. I do know that while on the course, if you're going to be out for extended periods of time and a long time, the discs, let me show you. The discs on the side here, they do protrude through, and you can start feeling them a little bit compared to other bags that I've used. So just keep that in mind. It's not a big deal. It's only if you're going to be out for like 4 hours on the course and you're hiking up and down, you'll start feeling it a little bit, but a lot of this pad will absorb most of it, so you won't really feel a lot of it, but just know that the size might come through a little bit. I really haven't had much tipping with this bag, even though the powder pocket is still a bit higher. I didn't really see any tipping issues. The only thing I saw was that if you put something in this pocket and you swing it over, it'll fall out. If you put the mini up here and you swing it over your shoulder, this will fly out. So those are the only things I noticed in terms of like things falling out of it. Lastly, I want to talk about the value of this bag. I got this bag with a zipper that is already kind of partially broken. There's a hole in it back here. The teeth of the zipper doesn't really stick together. It just leaves a gaping hole. And I know it's there. It doesn't really like cause any dysfunction with the bag, but I know it's there because I see it. And it doesn't zip flush. The zippers are not smooth. I think it's one of the roughest zippers for a premium bag that I've used. And then for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just me, but I did measure this. The panel itself doesn't sit completely symmetrical. So like this is a little bit shorter than this. This is slightly like a 1/4 inch longer. This on this side of the panel, I don't know why that happens. But I noticed, I was looking at the bag the other day on the course and I'm like, why does it look like it's lopsided? And I thought it was just the terrain. I got home to my office and I measured it and it's off by a 1/4 inch. So maybe it's just my bag that I'm having all these issues with, so keep that in mind. The white zippers, I kind of wish they were black because the white zippers, they're starting to do that white plastic thing where they're already turning yellow. And they're turning yellow, some parts of it was already yellow before I even got the bag, so when it got shipped to me, parts of it was already turning yellow. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, I think the price of it, I think this bag at $150 is a great deal. At $200, it's questionable. At $240 or $250, I would not buy this bag. I would rather buy something else than this bag. Because the other thing I noticed is that the Cordura material, it's very stiff and it's very crunchy compared to the other bag manufacturers' material. I don't know what kind of Cordura nylon Prodigy is using, but it feels stiff and it feels very starchy feeling compared to the other materials, the other 500D or other 1000D Cordura that's used by other manufacturers. So I don't know why that is. And I feel like because of that crunchy material, you would think maybe because it's crunchy, maybe it's tougher, but I don't think so, because I'm already getting scuffs and I'm already getting stretch thread or weave material on some part of the bag. And so like up here, for example, you can kind of see like there's a stretch material that's already like happening with the bag. So it's questionable for sure, and I don't know the longevity, how long, you know, that's gonna last. But I think with this color, it should be fine, and then the black bottom, it should be fine. But yeah, that's what I noticed with this material. I thought it was because I was playing in the cold more than the other bags, but I've had this bag indoor now for 48 hours, and it's still rough and stiff. It's like, you can hear the crunch here. The crunch material. So that's what I noticed with this bag. Anyways, that is my review of the Prodigy Apex XL. It surprised me in a way where it's comfortable, more comfortable than I thought. Is it as comfortable as other bags I've used? Definitely not. It's not even on the same level. I think if you can get this bag for 150 bucks and you're upgrading from a beginner bag, this is like phenomenal deal. However, if you are going to buy it for $200, there are other options that are much better than this bag, in my opinion. And if it goes over 250 bucks, then I would look elsewhere than buying this bag. Especially after using so many bags. I would not pay 250 bucks for this, and I'm glad I didn't. Anyways, this is Tea with Ritus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comment, please leave it below. If you like what I'm doing here, if you like the content here, please consider subscribing. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.